Come on, read it.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Blunden, Woodburn Condominium Estates cordially invites you to a complimentary champagne brunch on the side of our beautiful vacation home development.
And at no obligation. Just for being our guest, you will receive a free gift, a 19-inch color television set with remote control.
Wow. In addition, there will be a drawing for an all-expense-paid snorkeling vacation for two to the island of Bermuda.
We hope to see you and Mrs. Blunden this weekend, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, so?
So, I need a wife by next weekend.
Forget it. You couldn't support me in the manner to which I am accustomed. Besides, they'll never believe you're married.
Oh, really? Fake driver's license, fake marriage certificate, fake wedding ring.
Dennis, are you really going to do all this just for a TV set?
No, it's not just for the color TV. Imagine me, Dennis Blunden, floating over the coral reef in Bermuda, snorkeling.
Isn't that dangerous?
Dangerous?
Yeah, you could get harpooned.
Well, let's get started here. I've got your essays on important historical assassinations, and Simone's paper on the murder of Napoleon was very impressive.
Especially since Napoleon died of natural causes.
Not quite. Arsenic.
Really? How's that?
She cites a lot of medical evidence indicating that Napoleon's illness while in exile on the Isle of St. Helena was due to his being slowly poisoned.
One of the officers in his entourage was secretly working for the French royal family.
Sure. You know, you're always ready to blame everything on the rich.
Well, Janice, you find Napoleon boring, or are you just a royalist?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going over to Dvorak's cello concerto.
Well, I'm sorry. I was going over history. Since it is my class, I guess I win.
Mr. Moore, I have to be 100% ready. I'm challenging Christina Reed for first chair today. She's first cello and I'm second. If I win, it's the other way around.
Isn't she pretty good?
I can take her.
Oh, come on, Janice. Christina Reed is gonna blow your doors off.
Yeah, she's some kind of musical prodigy or something.
She's practically a genius.
But I am a genius. I'd be first chair by now if I'd been rigorous enough with myself.
Rigorous enough.
Mr. Moore, face it. I'm a gifted child. If I apply myself, I can do anything. And today at orchestra practice, I'm gonna kick some butt.
Now this I've got to see.
Good luck, Janice.
Yeah, Janice, good luck.
Okay. Today, I would like to begin discussions about the women's movement.
Amazing. Almost everyone played almost all the notes. Next time, we'll try to play some of them together. Now, before you go, we have a challenge for the first chair in the cello section. Our second chair, Janice Lazzarato, is the challenger, and the piece is Dvorak's Cello Concerto. I think we'll start with Christina.
Ready, Mr. Kimball?
Thank you, Christina. Thank you very much. That was very nice. Janice?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Oh, my string broke.
That's okay, really. It was very nice. Thank you.
I didn't finish.
No, really, it was fine. The part I heard was lovely.
You mean I win?
No.
That's not fair.
No, it is fair. I heard enough from both of you to make a decision.
I want to do it again. I can borrow her instrument.
No, really,
Now I understand the situation. I was blind, but now I see.
Janice.
Come on, we'll get out of the city for the weekend. We'll have a nice champagne brunch. We'll mingle.
Well, what's in it for me?
I understand they're giving the wives complimentary wrist corsages.
Dennis, come on. Do you honestly think that anyone's gonna believe I am your wife?
Simone, you know, when you and I get up to Woodburn Estates, we may actually decide to buy one of those condos.
Dennis, I couldn't go. I couldn't lie about being your wife.
You don't have to. Just stand by my side, look pretty, nod a lot, agree with everything I say, just like a real wife would do. Probably shouldn't have said the part about the real wife.
Probably not.
Not if they threaten to stick a steel spike through my eye.
There's an interesting no.
Forgetting someone, Dennis?
Why? What kind of cruel rejection do you have in mind for me?
None. I'd love to go. I think it'd be fun.
What's in this for you?
Nothing. I just think it'd be nice to spend a day in the country.
You mean it? Sarah, thank you, thank you. You know, this could be a very interesting weekend.
Back off, Bubba.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Okay, let's get pencils and papers ready. I've got a lot of statistics to get through today. Don't make me use the bullwhip, all right? Statistics that reflect the changing status of women in America. Percentage of men who say they are happier since divorce or separation, 58%.
Wow.
Women who say they are happier since divorce, 85%.
Wow. All that proves is that women are better liars.
Oh, yeah.
Percentage of women who think they would do better than average in a fist fight, 27.
Great. Try selling tickets to a fight between Mike Tyson and Oprah Winfrey.
Janice, I don't read while you're talking, so.
Oh, sorry.
Law books?
Yes, I'm filing a civil suit against the school board, Mr. Kimball, Dr. Samuels, the music department, and 10 John Does. And I'm filing for an injunction to have the concert stopped if I don't get another challenge.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, really? Cooper versus Toscanini, Krebs versus Mantovani, Mingus versus Tazal. There are lots of cases where musicians had to seek justice in the courts. I'm fully prepared to file these before the close of business today.
On your own time, okay?
I can't. I have to finish filling out these forms.
Okay, Janice, outside, please.
I know the lawsuit is a long shot, but it is a way of making my point. I'm a victim.
A victim of what?
Favoritism. I popped a string. He used it as an excuse to stop my challenge. I could have won. He just likes her more. It's a clear-cut case of prejudice.
That's a serious charge, Janice.
Mr. Moore, you're always telling us about justice and standing up for what we think is right. Well, here is an injustice that won't go away. In the words of Martin Luther, hier stande ich kann nicht anders.
I really don't know how I can argue with that, Janice. So, in an attempt to lighten the caseload in court, why don't I talk to Mr. Kimball?
Mr. Moore, please, this is my fight.
Well, I'm not going to hit him. I'm just going to talk to him. Did she really have a chance at all?
Well, she's good. She's outstanding, but she just doesn't have that extra something that Christina has.
The gift.
Yeah, the gift. It's like magic. I don't know. You know, playing second cello in a large orchestra, even this one, is not too shabby.
Yeah, did you try pointing that out to her?
Oh, yeah. Tell that to little Miss Lazzarato. You mention second to her, she turns into the bad seed. Charlie, I love Janice. I'd like to see her happy, but I've got 60 kids here. I got to think of the big picture. You know, I got a concert coming up next week, and I have to be more concerned with the music than the juvenile genius.
Janice, wait here.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Kimball. I hate to throw my weight around, be dictatorial or authoritarian, but every once in a while, as principal, I'm put in a position where I have to.
Afterwards, he feels dirty for weeks.
Would you excuse me, please? Mr. Kimball, you run a fine orchestra here. It's a genuine source of pride to me and to the school.
Well, thank you, Dr. Samuels. Actually, it's the best thing in my life. I can't imagine what I'd do without it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. That's why my ultimatum will be so effective. I want you to give Janice another audition. I'm not saying she has to win, but if it's close, you do what you think is right.
You can't be serious.
I have the psyche of a future Nobel Prize winner at stake here. Look at it like this, Kimball. If Janice doesn't get the audition, hey, life goes on. But we might see Mr. Wafting conducting the orchestra here. And you, sir, coaching the girls' hockey team. So, all I want is a nice, fair rematch.
It was fair.
Well, more fair. Capiche?
Okay.
Everybody happy?
Sounds fair to me.
Janice?
Miss Mira, this is a hypothetical question. Could you imagine yourself married to me?
Do you mean now?
Say by next weekend.
Well, Dennis, I guess it would cause quite a scandal. I mean, well, can you imagine an assistant principal weds high school student? I mean, it would be social outcasts, pariahs in the community, no friends. Our families would turn against us. I'd lose my job. Of course, you'd have to quit school, get a job to support us, but we'd live quite simply and quietly. Oh, and no movies, no TV, mostly just you and I sitting around talking about where we went wrong. Dennis?
Forget it, Dennis. I'm not dressing up as a woman and pretending to be your wife.
Arvid, this is the 80s. Live a little.
Janice, I think we ought to have a little talk.
I know. You thought that was really slimy of me, going to Dr. Samuels.
Well, let's just put that aside for a moment, okay?
See, they play hardball, I play hardball.
That's one way of looking at it.
Christina's got Mr. Kimball wrapped around her little finger. I've got Dr. Samuels wrapped around mine. Wasn't pretty, but I had to defend myself.
What's the one thing I've always tried to teach you about history?
History isn't just what happens. It's who tells you what happens.
Right. So maybe we should look at this thing from a slightly different point of view. Huh?
Mr. Kimball's? He hates me, especially now.
He likes you a lot. I think he's just afraid that you won't be able to handle the truth.
Mr. Moore, I can handle anything.
Okay. You know, Janice, you're a very good cello player.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Christina, on the other hand, is a brilliant cello player. Now, she is probably going to make it her life's work. Juilliard, New York Philharmonic. See, she has something that you don't quite have.
Yeah, Mr. Kimball's ear.
No, it's a little more than that. You know, if you would stop competing with her and just listen to her play, I mean, really listen, you'd understand what I'm telling you.
Mr. Moore, I've made my decision. At the challenge today, I waste her.
Before we begin, there's been a new development in the ongoing soap opera within the cello section. As you recall, Miss Janice Lazzarato broke a string during her challenge for first chair, and since I'm a heck of a guy, I'm gonna break my long-standing rule and allow her to challenge again. So, Janice, you can begin.
Mr. Kimball, I've changed my mind. I've been sitting here thinking about it, And I've decided I'm not going to challenge Christina for first chair. I'm going to leave the orchestra.
Janice. Listen, I'd hate to think it was something I said that made you quit the orchestra.
I guess that because of what you said, I really listened to Christina play. And for a change, my ears weren't plugged up with jealousy, envy, and spite.
Yeah, she's pretty good, isn't she?
Good? I don't want to get too technical, but next to her, I stink.
Second chair is quite a distance from stinking.
Doesn't matter anymore. I will never play the cello again.
Well, that's a shame.
Look on the bright side. It'll be a lot easier getting a seat on the subway.
Yeah, I guess that is a pretty good reason to quit the orchestra.
I just can't stand being next to Christina knowing she's better than I am.
Janice, look, Christina's on her way to being a professional musician. Now, you're on your way to running a space program, but you're an amateur musician.
Not only an amateur, a has-been.
Okay, you're the Latin scholar. Now you think about amateur.
Well, it comes from amateur, meaning someone who loves something.
Right. Somebody who loves something, not somebody who's lousy at something, but loves something, like you love playing the cello. I can't believe you would really give that up. I tell you what would be important to me was not whether I was number 1 or number 2 or number 6, but just being in the middle of that orchestra and playing that beautiful music.
That was what we in the music world refer to as a train wreck. Let's try to get this thing back on the rails, okay?
I think Janice has a couple of words she'd like to say.
Go ahead, Janice.
I don't really want to leave the orchestra. I love the orchestra. And I don't plan to challenge Christina for first chair anymore. I heard her practice and I realized what a fantastic player she is. And so if you'll take me back, I'd be proud to play next to her. Maybe I can learn something.
Back in that chair, you big lug.
we supposed to do?
Just help out. Add a few pointers. Give the female mystique.
Okay, come on, let's try and be helpful.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right, Dennis, come on out. How do I look?
So you don't think it'll work, huh?
Dennis, there's no way you can pass for a girl.
Sorry, Dennis. You just weren't made for high heels.
Arvin, I feel so sorry for you having to play it.
Still here, huh? Good night, Arvid.
Good night.
Girls.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, in the few minutes we have remaining, I'd like to propose a new project. I think you'll find it an exciting way to look at history, okay? Try this. Who are the people who inspired the historical figures that we study? Alan?
Who cares?
Who cares?
How can knowing that be of any value to anyone unless they're in the center box on Hollywood Squares?
Not that I enjoy agreeing with Alan, Mr. Moore, but he's right.
Okay, look, folks, we have discussed this time and again. History is not made up simply of places and facts. It's made up of people. I mean, who made Roosevelt Roosevelt? Who turned Jack Kennedy into John F. Kennedy?
Who turned Michael Jackson into Diana Ross?
I'm just trying to point out that even major historical figures have people, known and unknown, who inspired them. Look at your own life, okay? Everybody. I mean, everyone was inspired by someone.
Well, who inspired you, Mr. Moore?
Yeah.
Actually, it was my uncle, Charlie. I was named after him. I mean, he was a great guy. He was really wild. He was vibrant and funny, and he was full of tricks. He was the one that encouraged me to leave Weiser, Idaho, and get out into the world. He ran this traveling carnival that he won in a crap game. And one summer, he took me with him. And for the first time, I began to see what America was about. He's been dead about 20 years. But I still picture him.
Mr. Moore, remember us down here on the planet Earth?
Well, here's that assignment. 30 famous people. I want to know who inspired them, and I'd like to know by Monday.
Monday?
You're kidding!
I am?
Mr. Moore, please, we have finals coming up. We don't have time to waste playing Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah, Mr. Moore, come on, that's really not fair. We have finals, we have other people too.
Well, I'm assigning it, so you get to do it. I suggest you pick up a list.
Come on, you just don't care.
Tell you, Uncle Charlie, it is like this so often lately. I keep trying to open them up, you know, but I'm just not getting through to them like I used to. Night, everyone.
Good night, Charlie. Oh, Charlie, Dr. Samuels wanted to see you.
Oh, darn. He missed me.
There you are, Mr. Moore. Your semester evaluations of the IHP were due today.
Didn't you see them? I put them in your mailbox.
You put half of them in my mailbox. Where's the other 5?
Tomorrow. You can't tell me you read the first 5 already.
That's beside the point. We're talking here about respect for my orders, capiche? What does it say on that door?
Principal.
What happened to my P? Someone stole my P.
Calm down, Dr. Samuels. We will get you another P.
Mr. Moore, I know you're thinking you're doing us all a big favor by teaching around here, but it would be nice if you did your work on time. Crying out loud.
You know, I just about had it with him and this job and everything.
Charlie, everybody gets grumpy before finals.
No, I'm talking beyond grumpy. This is adios, amigos.
Hey, whoa! We're getting just an eensy-beensy bit sensitive here, aren't we?
Uncle Charlie, please tell me, what am I doing here? I didn't come to New York to be a permanent substitute teacher.
Well, I know. You came here so you could take your clothes off on stage and dance naked in front of people.
That was just one show. Hair. I mean, it was the 60s. I wish you could have seen some of my later work.
I saw it. We see everything up there. Not that we want to see everything up there. God, I miss junk food. Oh, God, I miss junk food.
The family always called you the black sheep. How did you get in up there?
Fake ID. Honey, if I had a body. Look, kid, you belong here. You're a natural-born teacher. You were always a teacher, even when you were little. Okay, Keto, my deal. Here we go. Down and dirty. Hey, wait a minute. What's going on here? Yep, that's a light deck. You holding out on me?
No.
Look at that. Got an ace right behind your ear. I'll say that's a wow. Now, as I was saying before, you will find that the girls in Chicago and New York are quite a bit different from the farm girls around here. They will actually allow you to kiss them without putting an engagement ring on their fingers.
Uncle Charlie!
What?
You're dealing from the bottom of the deck.
I sincerely hope so. This takes a lot of practice.
You cheat your own nephew?
Charles, I'm trying to show you how to do this. You want to get ahead in life? You got to have a little bit of an edge.
Not by cheating.
Wise up, Chucky. It's a cruel world out there. Everybody cheats a little bit. Play those.
Winning isn't everything. It's how you play the game. If a guy's got to cheat, he's lower than a lizard's liver.
If I want to be preached at on a Sunday morning, I will go to church. All right, off the top, here we go. Boy, you're a picky player. I hate that in a player.
I wasn't that preachy, was I?
You? Are you kidding? The only thing that saved you from being a TV evangelist was you had ethics. That, and of course, there wasn't any TV. Kid, you're a teacher. Don't fight it.
Hey.
Good morning.
Morning. Mr. Moore, if I could speak for the others, considering our workload to prepare for finals, could you please rescind the assignment you gave us?
Mr. Moore, you're not being fair.
Not fair? Need I remind you, I am the teacher, you are the students.
Mr. Moore, be reasonable.
Yeah, but we still won't have time to do this and study for our finals.
That's it, Uncle Charlie. I have had it. Chucky, you are overreacting.
No. I've taught them everything I can teach them. I've used up my usefulness here. Uncle Charlie, it's time for me to get back where I really belong.
Where's that, bartending?
No, the theater.
Oh, the theater. You just cannot wait to take your clothes off in public, can you?
Uncle Charlie, I think you have a little misconception here. I mean, there is more to theater than just getting undressed.
Yeah, I know. You told me that time backstage. Matter of fact, that's the last time we saw each other. Remember you were with that girl, what's her name? That girl you later married. Why?
You know, Uncle Charles,
Uncle Charles?
I could just feel your vibes out there in the audience. In fact, during Good Morning Starshine, I looked out and I could see your aura.
You peeped at my aura? We hardly know each other.
Did I tell you, Uncle Charlie, is she heavy or what?
She's not that heavy. I saw her in the nude scene.
So, did you get into the message of the play, or were you too uptight to go with the flow?
Too tight to go. Oh, well, I thought I was flowing along pretty good there.
Far out.
Out of sight.
You know, if we're gonna have peace, we need to come together. The play says it all. Let the sun shine in. I mean, is there anything groovier than that?
Andrea majored in philosophy at Antioch.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
Okay, I was young.
And that's the life you want to get back to?
With the life of the theater, yes. Right now, it is. An assignment is an assignment. If you don't want to do it, as I've always told you, the choice is yours. I can hand out Fs with the best of them.
Oh, Mr. Moore.
All right, let's begin. I believe the next president in order of succession is William Howard Taft.
Yeah, just like that, Jack. Yeah, you got it.
Right. Well, congratulations, Dr. Samuels. Finally doing some work on principle.
My P is my problem, okay? Now, here's your problem. These evaluations are unacceptable. You found something critical to say about every kid in the IHP.
Yeah. Well, they're brilliant, but they're not perfect. We could all use a little improvement.
Uh-huh. Well, this is not the sort of thing that you write down for the school board to see. Change these.
Dr. Samuels, I'm not going to change my evaluations.
Okay. If you don't change them, I will.
Dr. Samuels, you know what? I don't care. You do whatever you want. Change them, don't change them. Fine. I can't go on fighting. Next week is the end of the semester. After that, I promise you, we'll never argue again.
Finally changing your ways.
No, I'm changing my occupation. Starting next semester, you need a new history teacher.
Hey, what's going on out here? Bird migration? How's breakfast coming, kid?
Almost ready.
Ah, good. Thank you, my boy. Hey, mucho.
I will let an expert do it.
Well, you call this ready? Where's your bacon? Where's your sausage?
Well, I don't have any of that stuff, Uncle Charlie.
You don't have any? Do you know how I was looking forward to bacon and sausage? We don't get any pork up there.
I'm sorry.
All right. So now you're insanely happy, huh? So what happens to your kids in the IHP then?
Oh, they'll be fine.
Oh, yeah?
They will. No, they're very bright, Uncle Charlie. Besides, I don't think they're really interested in what I want to teach them anymore.
Is that a fact? Oh, tell me something. Who's going to take care of them after you've gone?
They'll get another teacher.
That easy, huh? I happen to know those kids chewed up every sub thrown at them before you arrived on the scene.
How did you know that?
What do you think I'm doing up there all day? Getting coffee for God? Look, let me clue you in on something. Those kids are not going to accept any sub after you're gone.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you think will happen? What's this?
The first day of class, after your departure.
Okay, so who's gonna teach? Dorf.
Okay. Hi. You know me, Mr. Dorfman. You'll have to forgive me. This history thing's kind of new to me. So, where are we? William Howard Taft. Well, I think I remember a little about him. He was a president of the United States. And if I remember, he was a fat guy.
Wait, Dorfman, I want to write that down. He was a fat guy.
I don't want any lip out of you, Mardian. And take off those sunglasses.
What's wrong with sunglasses?
What's going on here?
Read a comic book, Bubba. We've got finals to study for.
Look, I'm the teacher here. I say what goes.
This is ridiculous. It won't happen like this. I mean, these kids would never behave this way. And there'll be another teacher to replace me the same way that I replaced Mr. Thomas.
If you say so, Chucky.
Gee whiz, Uncle Charlie, I can't live my whole life for them. They're gonna graduate anyway. I wouldn't always be around.
Yeah, but see, that's a natural passing. They know that. They expect that. If you just quit on them now, they could... Look, you knew I was gonna enter the old Pine Box Derby one day, but you didn't expect me to go when I did you? You wanted me around, at least for a little while, so we could talk at times like these, right?
Yeah, right.
But I checked out before you were ready. And it changed your whole life, remember? Now, what do you think it's gonna mean to these kids if you just split on them?
Uncle Charlie, that is a completely different thing. I am one of many teachers.
Oh, is that so? How'd you like to drop in on their 10th reunion? Hail, hail, the gang's all here.
Maria? Maria!
Arvid? Hi, baby!
I didn't recognize you. You look so, available. What have you been doing?
Oh, getting divorced, shopping, channeling, aerobics.
What happened to your career?
Oh, I just kind of forgot about it. I mean, nothing else seemed important anymore after Mr. Moore left.
I know what you mean. It didn't hit me till 3 years out of college. Then life just seemed to lose its zing. That's why I left the space program for my butcher shop.
You own a butcher shop, huh?
So I was just bumming around looking for the meaning of life. That's when I ran into Jawaharlal.
I was telling fortunes on the beach in the Caribbean.
He's good. Told me I had no future. So now I shill for him.
I guess we all changed.
I should have never married her. It's a disaster.
You're the disaster. He just mopes around the house all day. He won't write. We're practically starving now that I had to give up mud wrestling.
Anybody want to buy a chicken farm?
somehow this makes sense to me.
Such a brilliant mind. How could you be happy replacing Vanna White on Wheel of Fortune?
Janice?
Everybody, look who's here.
Kids, what happened? Look at you. You're all bums.
Uncle Charlie, it would never turn out like this. Believe me, they are so ambitious. They'll do just fine. You don't have to worry about that.
Come on, kid. I'm just a figment of your imagination. You're the one's worried.
Okay, so I'm a little worried. I think that's natural. But I can't go around trying to solve everybody else's problems. You know, I've got a life of my own to live. I got a little theater company in Newark to run, and well, I told Samuels on Friday, and I'm going to tell the kids on Monday. Okay, before we start class this morning, I'd like to say something. Over the weekend, I did some thinking, and I made some decisions, and I'd like to share them with you. First, I know that you have a lot of serious cramming to do in this coming week. So compared to that, I'm sure my little assignment must seem, as one of you noted, trivial. So let's just forget my assignment, okay? Cram to your heart's delight.
Mr. Moore?
Yes?
We've already done the assignment.
Yeah.
After Friday, we all talked it over, and we agreed that we've been acting like ungrateful brats. Even I've been less than perfect.
You've done a lot for us, always encouraging us to look at history in a new way, and, well, I guess we started to take you for granted. Sorry.
We're all
Sorry. And in addition to doing the assignment, we also thought that we could each tell you individually the person who inspired each of us most the way your Uncle Charlie inspired you.
And I thought I'd be the one to start. The person who's inspired me the most? Charlie Moore. Simone?
Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Charlie Moore.
Mick Jagger. Charlie Moore.
So what was it that you wanted to share with us?
Well, matter of fact, I was going to tell you that I resigned last Friday.
What?
Why?
Lately, I feel like I'm not getting through to you, to get you to be open to the alternatives in your lives. See, that's really important to me. To let you know that winning isn't everything.
Well, we know that. Sometimes we forget.
Yeah.
So do I. Well, I spent most of the weekend chatting with a distant relative, and I realized how much I miss theater. I also realized that I derive a similar pleasure and real satisfaction from doing this. And I would miss all of you. So I decided to withdraw my resignation. Let's get back to the reason we're all here, okay? Last Friday, I think we left off, we were about to grapple with William Howard Taft. Okay, Taft. Someone once said he was a fat guy.
Solitaire? Hey, let's play a man's game.
As I recall, you liked poker.
Right. Bogey in Houston got a hot game going on upstairs later, but I can play you a few hands. Deal. You remember how to deal, don't you? 5 cards off the top.
Yeah, I remember 5 cards.
Okay, deal.
Deck sounds a little light.
Huh? Excuse me?
Kid, you're learning.
Simone, nice shoes there.
Forget it, Dennis. I'm not giving you any more money.
It's not for me, Simone. I was watching the telethon a couple of months ago, and now they're bugging me for my pledge. I owe them $9, and it's for Jerry's kids.
Jerry's kids?
$9 buys a kid a trip to the circus.
Oh, okay. Here, I've only got $3. I'm sorry. Can I give you the rest tomorrow?
Yeah, I guess. Hey, Arvin!
Right. Whoa.
I need to borrow $6.
Dennis, you borrowed $2 from me last week. And you borrowed $1 yesterday for lunch, remember?
Yeah.
That's $3.
So that leaves $3 you owe me.
All I have is $2.
Okay. You'll owe me $1, but I want it no later than tomorrow. Do you understand?
Well, at least when you take my lunch money, you don't break my glasses.
That's right. Maria!
Don't give them any money, Maria. The best thing to do with panhandlers is to give them your usable discards.
How would you like to live to see puberty?
How would you like to pay me back my money, you welcher?
Hey! Come on, guys. Now, you know I wouldn't be hitting you up for money if it wasn't for something really, really important.
Oh, yeah? Like what, Dennis?
Well,
So, Dennis, you get your new speakers yet?
Oh, that's Come on now.
I'm impressed. It's like a reenactment of the bank panic in 1933.
Dennis owes us all money.
Oh, it's just a run on Dennis, huh?
You get a weekly allowance, right? I mean, what happens to it?
Well, I usually get it on Monday, and that usually lasts me till Monday afternoon. And then I have to supplement it with things I do around the house.
So what's different about this week?
My dad found out what I was doing around the house. I was going through his pants pockets, okay?
Was he wearing them at the time?
I thought he was asleep. He looked so peaceful there in the recliner lounger. And he goes berserk. Oh, and get this. He accuses me, his own son, of stealing.
Oh. Guy's got a lot of nerve.
So you see why I'm so desperate, guys. He's cut off my allowance until I am well into Social Security.
Well, guess you'll have to get a job.
Yes? A job?
Yeah, working for money. You know, Dennis, you see thousands of people rushing around Manhattan every day. You think they're going to class?
Working for money, huh? It's novel.
Well, here, Dennis, this one's perfect. Do you ride a bicycle?
Next.
Hey, how about construction work?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Me lugging 2x4s across a steel girder 90 stories above the street. What's wrong with this picture?
Well, Dennis, you gotta find something.
Let me take a look. Okay, now here's something. Computer programmer needed. Oh, and look at this. Data bank manager. These jobs are perfect for me, Arvid. I can operate the VAX Pascal and CRT systems. And this XNES, I can wing that.
I think that means experience necessary.
Well, I have experience. What about the time I hacked into Dr. Samuel's computer and I made him an illegal alien?
That's right. Well, hey, maybe it's worth a phone call.
This is gonna be great. I'll get a nice, cushy job. I can use Mr. Moore as a reference. I'll make big bucks, and I'll never have to borrow any money from anybody anymore.
Great.
Oh, give me a couple quarters, will you?
Sure.
Morning, Tony.
Hey, Charlie, I'll be right with you.
Okay.
Try the new breakfast special. It's goat cheese.
I think I'll start the morning with some coffee.
I'll be right back.
I get it myself. Is okay?
Terrific. I'm a little short-handed today.
All right. Where is Dimitri?
He's going upstate.
Attica?
No, Syracuse. He's in college now.
That's great.
I don't know how great it is. I'm waiting on tables here.
You know, it so happens that I got a student who is looking for a job.
Oh, yeah, what, one of them geniuses?
Well, he's a bright kid.
Hard worker?
He's very smart.
Good with people.
This kid is sharp, Tom.
He's a loser, right?
Deep down, I think he's a good kid, but he needs to work. Yeah?
Hey, for you, Charlie, we'll give him a shot, huh?
All right.
Put it there, pal.
Thank you.
And Andrew Jackson's administration was the last one not to leave this country in debt.
Then again, how much can an MX musket have cost?
Well, that and other burning issues we'll address tomorrow. Dennis, I need to speak to you.
See y'all.
Yeah, Mr. Moore?
Dennis, I spoke to some of the people you applied to for a job.
Oh, great. What'd you say?
Well, I told them that you were creative, resourceful, and very intelligent.
And what did they say?
Is he a high school graduate?
So you lied, right?
Wrong.
Okay, you told them I was still in high school. What'd they say then?
Goodbye.
That is so unfair, Mr. Moore. I can do those jobs. Why do you have to be a high school graduate to program the MBS, JCL, and BCC7 systems?
Haven't the slightest idea.
Exactly.
Look, Dennis, why should they hire you? You have no work experience. I think you're going to have to set your sights a little lower.
You mean something like the O'Gaiver 286?
Well, a little lower.
Data processing? What could possibly be lower than data processing?
You know that little Greek coffee shop a couple of blocks down, Casa Falafel?
Ooh, that dump that used to be Casa Burrito?
It's not a dump. A friend of mine owns it.
Sorry.
Okay, it so happens he could only afford to change half of the sign. The food is not bad if you skip the soup. And he tells me he's looking for a waiter.
A waiter? You mean as in someone who serves food to another person? Please, Mr. Moore, I'm a math major.
Okay, add this up. It's $4 an hour. 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus weekends, plus tips.
Enjoy your lunch.
Hey, Slim. Yo. Now, I might not be the galloping gourmet over here, but I do know that pastrami's not supposed to be brown.
I am a waiter, not a food colorist.
Hey, wise guy, here, you eat it.
Why don't you let me get you another sandwich, sir? It's my fault.
Whoa, where you going, bub? I ordered roast beef well done. Look at this. It's bright red.
Hold on. All right, I think I figured this out. Here. It's for you. Bon appetit!
Yo, Dennis, malted.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Pappas. I'll tell you, this is gonna hit the spot.
Not for you! Him!
Sorry!
What are you doing? I'm sorry, Polly. Bring it over here. I'll get you another one.
See, I heard you. You said Dennis Malton.
How many times I gotta tell you?
But
You're trying to ruin my
Dennis Malton.
business here. No. Did you eat yesterday? Go clean up the table. Yeah, do something good for a change. Get out of here, will you?
Janice! Do we have a lunch date?
It's funny. All through school today, I've had this strange craving for goat cheese.
Yeah? Well, we're out of goat cheese. Sorry, sir, your bologna's rancid. I'll get you another one.
That's okay, because now I have a strange craving for revenge.
Janice, what are you doing? Janice, hang up that phone. Come on, Janice, please don't tell anybody. Come on.
I want my money.
You'll have it.
I want it now.
I don't get paid until Friday.
What about tips?
Are you crazy? You've seen me work.
Dennis!
Hello, Arvid. Guess what? There's this fabulous restaurant that you must try.
Yo, Gumby, there's crud on my fork.
I love this.
Something wrong with your milkshake, Arvid?
Yeah, I ordered a tuna sandwich.
So make them take it back. This'll be fun. Oh, waiter.
What? No, it's okay. I'll just drink it. It's all right. It's an understandable mistake. Just have this, even though I have a lactose intolerance. Oh, I sure hope I don't swell up.
Well. After all the insults, after all the put-downs, after all the practical jokes, finally my chance is here. Dennis, clean off this table.
Ahem. Heard the lady. Get off the table. And where's your hat?
Oh, Dennis, you missed a spot.
All right, that's it. Go ahead, take your best cheap shots. Just remember, he who laughs last laughs loudest.
It's true, the paper hat and everything.
This is a nightmare. What are you looking at, huh? Yeah, it's me, okay? Oh, sure. Go ahead, press your greasy noses up against the window. It's not like you have to clean it.
Hey, buddy, new invention. It's called a coffee pot.
Hang on.
Waiting on us must be so embarrassing for him.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna leave him a big tip.
I think we should see how the service is first.
Hey, we don't want to over-tip him. We don't want him to think that we're taking pity on him.
Maybe you're right. I think I'll just leave him a thank you note. Thanks.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, no, thank you. And I just want you to know that all of Dennis's friends are always welcome here. And I'll give you a student discount.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, did you hear that, Dennis? We're gonna make this place a regular hangout.
Hi, Dennis. How's the new job?
How's the new job? Janice made me cut off her crusts. Does that pretty well sum it up?
It could be worse.
Like what? Camping? They humiliated me, Mr. Moore. Me, Dennis Blunden.
Is this the same Dennis Blunden that crazy glued the entire class to their seats?
And that gives them a right to go ordering me around?
Dennis, you're a waiter.
Oh, fine, Mr. Moore. Take their side.
Look, there's nothing wrong with being a waiter. It is an honest, respectable job.
It's an honest, respectable, hard job. You know, after you go home at night, I gotta stay and fill up salt and pepper shakers and ketchup dispensers. And do you know how hard it is getting the napkins into those little holders? And if my checks don't add up, I'm responsible. I gotta pay for it out of my own pocket. My first day's work cost me $7. The highlight of my day was a thank you note from Simone.
Stop whining, Dennis, huh? I mean, you are an able-bodied, intelligent, educated young man. Now, surely you can grasp the notion of earning some money and feeling some self-respect.
Respect?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a paper hat.
Dennis, the first week is always the hardest. It'll get better, believe me. You know, you just have to trust me on this.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Finally, my fries are here.
Fillmore, hi, Miss Mira. Yes, just a moment. Charlie, Dennis Blunden's father.
Morning, Mr. Blunden.
Yeah. Money for you, Darlene. Hello, little Janice. Here is all the money that I owe you.
Thanks, Dennis. And I'm sorry I had to, lean on you the other day.
Mr. Moore, here is all the money I ever borrowed from you paid back in full.
Thank you, Dennis. I thought you didn't get paid till Friday.
Oh, I don't. My dad gave me this.
You did?
Yeah, where else would I get this kind of money?
It's a good question. So you don't have to be real smart to figure that we'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay. Dennis, I want to talk to you now. And Sarah, I am still waiting for your paper on the growth of the national debt.
Well, I guess I owe you one.
Yeah, tomorrow, 6 pages.
I thought you said 5 pages.
Interest. Well, I guess your dad must have had quite a change of heart.
Oh, yeah. He felt really bad about my having to work, so he gave me $100, said, go out, kid, buy yourself something nice. But don't worry, Mr. Moore, just the necessities. Some computer software, a couple of videotapes, and I have had my eye on this little piece of plastic vomit.
Your father called the school this morning, Dennis. I spoke with him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wanted to make sure that you're not mooching money from your classmates. Said he wasn't going to give you any more. And he's pretty disgusted with your attitude toward your job.
Well, like you say, he must have really had a change of heart.
Mood swings like that, you should be medicated, huh?
Okay. I didn't get the money from my father. I borrowed it from Mr. Pappas.
Uh-huh. So you're going to work off the debt?
Well, not exactly. See, now that I've paid everybody back, and since I don't really need to work, I thought that at this point I could retire.
Let me get this straight. You borrowed money from this man so you could walk out on it.
No, it sounds bad when you put it that way.
Well, I'll put it another way. That is reprehensible. Look, the guy goes out on a limb for you. He gives you a helping hand. You leave him high and dry. Huh? I vouch for you. He trusts me. Now, where does this leave me?
You don't understand, Mr. Moore. I can't work there. It's humiliating. I hate it. Why should I have to go in there day after day and do something I don't like?
What? Do you think that Pappas likes running this restaurant all by himself? You think he likes loaning somebody $100, discovering he's not going to be paid back?
I didn't say I wasn't going to pay him back. Next month is my birthday, and every year Grandma Blunden sends me a check. So I cash it, I pay Mr. Pappas back, problem solved. Now what are we getting so excited about? I mean, what's $100?
I'll tell you what it is to a man like Pappas. He probably has to work a month, Dennis, to save that much money.
I promise you, I will pay Mr. Pappas back, but I am not going to work there.
You just don't get it, do you?
Hey, Tony, you gonna bring me a menu over here, or you just want me to take a guess?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yo, Denny!
Denny!
Hey, Denny, Eddie over here wants the Dolphins in 3 points. What do you think?
I never bet on fish, Paulie.
That's very funny.
Mr. Pappas, could we talk? I mean, really talk?
Yeah, something wrong?
This is hard to say, but I've got these personal problems, and...
You need more money? Go take it out of the cash register. I trust you. Meanwhile, I'll get Louis his coffee.
Louis, could you wait for the coffee? No, Mr. Pappas, I don't want to borrow any more of your money. I feel bad enough about borrowing the $100 in the first place. And I'm going to get that back to you, I promise.
Hey, Dennis, you're a nice kid. You pay me back when you can.
Hey, is anybody waiting tables here or what?
Dennis, we got customers. Hey, you working here or not?
That's what I want to talk to you about, Mr. Pappas. I gotta quit.
Quit? You mean now?
Well, yeah. It's a great job, and you're a great boss, but I'm in school, and I got homework.
Hey, Denny, come on. I've been sitting here so long, I'm losing weight.
Anthony, a bill of fare, please.
Listen, I'm really sorry to see you go.
What about the chow?
Nice food, huh? Let's go.
Hey, everybody, shut up, will you?
You know what, Mr. Pappas? You'll find a replacement real soon.
Dennis, I got no time to talk now. Good luck. I'll get your sandwich in a minute.
Hey, come on, Tony, I'm dying here.
Why don't you go get some sushi?
Oh, nice, smooth.
Encore.
Let me give you a hand, Mr. Pappas. I'll have your sandwich in a minute, Eddie. There you go, Eddie. Tuna on rye, no mustard.
Just like my governess used to make.
Hi.
Hi.
Get your menu?
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
I'm just working.
Yeah, I can see that. For how long?
I don't know. As long as it takes, or until Mr. Pappas can find a replacement. And until I work off the money that I owe him. I had to do it.
No, you didn't.
Thanks, Mr. Moore. What'll it be?
I think I'm gonna go with a meatloaf.
Outstanding. And as an appetizer, may I suggest the stuffed grape leaves?
Sure, why not?
And for dessert, sir.
Dennis, I can't eat all this stuff. And what are you trying to do to me?
You're trying to pad my tip. I owe the man $100.
Okay, some baklava. I get a double order. Split it with you.
Hey, everybody. Guess what I got? No, it's not plastic vomit this time. It's my first paycheck.
Yeah, so?
What do you mean, yeah, so? This is mine. I worked 2 long, hard weeks for this money.
So, how much did you make?
$3.14.
That's after taxes, I guess.
And after I paid back Mr. Pappas. May not be much, but it's my $3.14.
Feels a lot different when you earned it rather than just having it handed to you, doesn't it?
Is there some way that we can solve this problem?
Short of an apology? I don't think so.
TJ, is there something you did do that he doesn't know about that you maybe should apologize for?
Maybe.
Now, if you were to hear that apology without knowing what it was about, would that maybe solve your problem?
Maybe.
Okay. I apologize for something which I did, which didn't hurt anybody except for singing in the halls, which I didn't do.
I accept your apology, but if I find out...
Kids, come on, shake hands. Congratulations, you're part of a great cast. Look, Maria, if you want to be at your mother's wedding, that's your decision, okay? I have to know what your decision is. We open in 3 days. Now, if you're going to drop out of the show, I understand, but I need as much time as possible to find your replacement.
But you're counting on me. Everyone's counting on me.
Well, that's right.
But then again, it's my own mother, and what's more important than my own mother getting remarried?
It's okay, Maria. I respect your decision.
No, you know, damn it. I'm gonna do what's right for me. I'm in the show.
Good. Wonderful. Thank you.
There was this weird humming sound like something from another planet.
Excuse me. Alan, can you try to be more excited about the idea of discovering this plant?
Okay.
Again.
And when the light came back, this weird, my voice, something just happened to my voice. Oh, I've lost it, it's gone. Something just happened, my voice, I've lost it.
Don't worry, okay? Go get some hot water and some lemon juice. Don't worry.
It's weird.
Arvid, can you fill in for a moment here?
Yes.
Okay, he didn't have any.
He didn't have anything unusual there that day.
No, Dadu.
And I was about to, walk on by.
Good for you.
When suddenly, and without warning, there was this
Total eclipse of the sun.
It got very dark, and I heard this strange humming sound, like something from another world.
Dadu.
And when the light came back, this weird plant was just sitting there.
Whoopsie-doo.
Yeah! Thank you. But this isn't gonna help any. I've lost it. It's gone.
Well, you'll have to get it back by opening night.
No. You don't understand. I can't. I've had this before. It takes at least a week to get better. But, we'll have to postpone the show.
I wish we could, Alan, but that's impossible.
I feel terrible.
Well, I'm sure we all feel terrible. You certainly set the standard for whoever ends up playing the role, Alan. The show is not going to be the same without you, is it, kids? I just hope that we are lucky enough to find somebody half as good as you are. Right, guys?
The person who borrowed my number 5 eyeliner, please bring it back now.
Here. Use this.
I can't. It's a 4. I need a 5. A 5.
No, just calm down, Dr. Samuels. You have a little case of stage fright, okay?
You're right. I got stage fright.
Well, it's perfectly natural.
Imagine this. The principal of a major high school worried about forgetting his
Lines.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll be fine. Listen up, everybody. Just a moment, Janice. I would like to say just a few words, Janice. Just a moment. I'd just like to say that the curtain is going up in less than 10 minutes, and you better be on stage. Seriously, you've all worked very hard, and I think that we're ready for you to give your best. I love you all. And as we say in the theater, break a leg.
All right.
Where is Maria?
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Maria? What's this all about?
It's no use, Mr. Moore.
It's about your mother's wedding again, isn't it?
Look, I have to be there. Don't try to talk me out of it. But don't worry about a thing. Simone knows all my lines, I think.
Yeah. Look, I do understand. It's an important day for your mother, and I think you should be there. And I'm not going to try to talk you out of going.
Aha, you're trying to talk me out of it, but not trying to talk me out of it. It's reverse psychology.
No, I'm not using reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology.
No.
In that case, suppose I decide to be in the show and not to go to the wedding. What do I say to my mother?
Well, you say, look, I've worked really long and hard with these people, and I don't want to let them down. I don't want to disappoint the audience, and I don't want to just throw away all the hard work and sacrifices that I've made. So, you know, you say, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to give the performance of my life. And I sincerely wish that of all the people in the world, you, my own mother, could be here to see me do it.
Oh, great. Do I have time to say all that?
We'll wait.
Not so very long ago, the human race encountered a deadly threat to its very existence, and it happened in the most unlikely of places.
I was walking in the wholesale flower district that day, and I passed by this place where this old Chinese man...
I'm really sorry, Mr. Moore. He's pretty bad, isn't he?
I've given you sunshine, I've given you dirt, you've given me nothing but heartache and hurt. I'm begging you sweetly, I'm down on my knees. Oh please, grow for me. Giving you southern exposure to get you to thrive. I've pitched you back hard like I'm supposed to. You're barely alive. I've tried you at levels of moisture, from desert to mud. I've given you grow lights and mineral supplements. What do you want from me, blood? Ouch! I've given you sunlight. I've given you rain. Looks like you're not happy till I open a vein. I'll give you a few drops if that'll appease. Now please, oh please, grow for me.
I knew it. I was right. We should have postponed the show.
I know Seymour's the greatest, but I'm dating a semi sadist. So I've got a black eye and my arms in a cast. Still that Seymour's a cutie. Well, if not, he's got inner beauty. And I dream of a place where we can be together at last. A matchbox of our own, a fence of real chain link, a grill out on the patio, disposal in the sink, a washer and a dryer, and an ironing machine. Far from Skid Row, I dream we'll go somewhere that's
Good night, Seymour.
Good night, Mr. Mushnick.
Feed me.
I beg your pardon?
Feed me.
You talked.
Feed me, Krillboard. Feed me now.
What am I supposed to do? Slit my wrists?
Feed me.
Does it have to be human?
Feed me.
Does it have to be mine?
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long. That's right, boy. You can do it. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me all night long. 'Cause if you feed me, Seymour, I can grow up big and strong.
Where am I supposed to get it?
Hi, Seymour. I forgot my sweater.
Can you believe that dumb broad forgets her stupid sweater? If your head weren't screwed on straight, move it.
Wonder, is Maria around here somewhere?
Are you in Hoboken getting married again?
I couldn't do it, Mr. Moore. Charlie, I mean, how could I marry a man who didn't care if I missed my daughter's big moment, huh? Hi, baby.
Hi.
Oh.
You're here.
I didn't do it.
All right.
Don't be fooled if I should chuckle like hyenas in the zoo. It's just the gas. It turns me on. But don't let my mirth deceive you. Any moment I'll be gone. All my vital signs are failing, 'cause the oxide I'm inhaling makes it difficult as hell to catch my breath. Are you dumb? Or hard of hearing? Or relieved? My end is nearing. Are you satisfied? I laughed myself too. Death.
So anyway, I told him. I said, my daughter means more to me than any third husband, and if he didn't care enough to go ahead...
That's what I've been trying to say.
Right. So anyway,
Excuse me,
I said...
Maria, I believe you're on.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you know, I did. I told him just like that, flat out. I said, if you don't care enough that my daughter is in a huge production and that I need to be there and see her and quite possibly run into you...
What do you think?
Seymour.
You don't like it?
I don't know.
I'll take it off. I'll burn it. Oh, I only bought it to impress you. Oh.
Oh, Seymour, I don't deserve a nice boy like you.
Good job, Mr. Mushnick.
Pretty good show, Mr. Moore. Very good show.
You're welcome.
So, what are you doing your science project on, Janice?
Snakes.
I love it, Janice. I tell you, the classics are always the best.
Dennis, you made me tear my blouse on the lacquered door. It's ruined. You think that's funny?
Well, yeah, come on, Janice. It's kind of funny.
You owe me $180.
Now, Janice, that's not funny.
Dennis, my parents bought me this blouse in Japan. It is pure silk. I want my money.
Get out of here.
This isn't over, Dennis. I'm not some wimpy marshmallow you can just push around.
Yeah.
Like Arvid.
And furthermore, you may be the principal of this high school, but you can't tell me what to do on my free time. My life is my own. Pompous tub of guts. Is he like that all day long? Well,
I heard that, Miss Merritt. Get in here. I want you to explain these requisition forms to this new art teacher.
Excuse me. Couldn't help but overhear you yelling at Dr. Samuels. I was very impressed.
thank you. I don't know how you work with that guy.
Well, you don't work with him, you work around him.
It's a long way around.
Charlie Moore.
Gilda Minetti.
Haven't seen you before. You're new here?
Yes, matter of fact, I am. I just moved here from D.C.
Oh, Washington. Quite a town.
Yes, it's a fascinating place. But there's too much immorality and deceit there for me.
Yeah. Politicians.
Ex-husband.
Gotta get going.
Me too.
Yeah. Look, how'd you like to have lunch today?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, okay, dinner tonight. I know this great little Greek joint just opened. Good food, music, dancing.
I'm really not dating right now.
I'm sorry. If you're seeing someone,
No, it's just... Well, why not?
Okay.
Sure.
Good.
I'm staying with relatives until I can find a place of my own.
I'll pick you up about 8.
Fine.
See you then.
Why are you still here?
Tell you the truth, Harold, I'm trolling for guys.
You better be joking. Anybody here hits on my sister, he's dead meat.
Actually, the jury system can be traced back to the 11th century. Now, before that, people were literally tried by torture. If you survived the rack, you were innocent and tall. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Listen, you girls, you both have an art class, right?
Yeah?
I was wondering if you could tell me anything about the new art teacher. You know, hobbies, special interests, favorite flower.
Well, why would you want to know that, Mr. Moore?
To tell the truth, we have a date tonight.
Well, gee, I wouldn't have thought Mr. Feeney was your type.
Who's Mr. Feeney?
The new art teacher.
And who is Gilda Minetti?
I don't know.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, if it's any help, Mr. Feeney did mention he likes to hunt.
He's late. If he thinks I'm just gonna stand around looking like... How do I look? Never mind. Be nice.
I'm always nice. Besides, how bad of a guy can this be?
Please tell me you have a twin brother who's the principal of a high school.
Charlie, well, you obviously know my brother. Oh. I'm sorry. I should have realized this might be awkward for you.
I'm not sure awkward is quite the right word.
They're beautiful. Harold, water.
I'm the same way on dates, you know. You tell yourself, relax, just be yourself. And then I sound to myself like I'm on National Public Radio.
I know what you mean. Sit. I'm much more relaxed talking to 12 men in a jury box than I am to one man in the back of a cab.
I'll say this, you really make criminal law sound fascinating. I wish that you could talk to my first period history class.
Sure. What are they charged with?
They're honor students, and we're studying the American legal system, and you'd make a great guest lecturer.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
I'll walk you to school. I'll even carry your books.
Gee, you must really like me.
Can't you tell?
Oh, hello. I didn't expect to see you two here at 1:30 in the morning on a school night.
But how can you represent someone that you know is guilty?
Ah, I don't know. As a defense counsel, I am ethically obligated to defend my client and provide him with the best possible defense, no matter what I think about his innocence or guilt. That's for the court to decide. After all, I could be wrong.
Well, what if you were defending Al Capone or Charles Manson or,
Lizzie Borden?
Yeah. Right. I mean, how could you defend murderers like them, people who are definitely guilty?
Well, for one thing, Lizzie Borden was innocent.
She was?
She was tried and acquitted in a court of law.
What about that poem? Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks.
If she were alive today, she could file a $20 million libel suit. You see how easy it is to assume something without proof? That's why we don't try people by opinion. We try them by the facts, by the law.
Well, why don't we thank Ms. Minetti for an enlightening discussion?
Thank you, Charlie. I enjoyed it.
I always thought that the law would be boring, but not the way you talk about it. Are you working on anything interesting now?
I have a murder case pending.
It can wait. I want you to sue that creep over there. He wrecked my blouse.
He wrecked my blouse.
You could take him to small claims court.
Great. Make a run for the border, Blunden.
Oh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
I have a question for Miss Minetti. You guys dating or what?
Yeah.
Dating? Yes, I guess we are.
Way to go, Mr. Moore. She sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Feeney, huh?
You okay?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I don't know. You've just been very quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been thinking about something. I've been thinking about us, actually. I really like you, Charlie.
I feel the same way. I mean, I really like you. I like you more than any woman I've met in a long time.
You're terrific. You've got this great sense of humor, and you're intelligent and kind and generous. You're a wonderful guy.
Thanks.
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
What?
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
I got that part. Why?
Because I like you.
So?
Well, every time I start liking somebody, I wind up getting hurt.
Oh, you're the one that gets hurt.
Yeah. And it's already started. You were late, Charlie. 22 minutes. You were late yesterday, too. And this morning when you came to pick me up for school. I know the signals. Next thing you know, you'll stand me up. And then you'll be working late at the office. And then, Then, well, I'll find you in a motel room with an aerobics instructor named Tina.
Are you listening to yourself? I mean, you're totally irrational.
I am not irrational. I am a defense attorney. I think I know the difference between an intelligent discussion and an emotional outburst. You, get back in there.
You want irrational? Huh? You are going to throw away a potentially wonderful relationship because you have hang-ups about your ex-husband and some aerobics instructor.
Well, what about your refusal to take responsibility for your actions?
I know I'm sending mixed messages. You're doing the same thing. Admit it.
Fine. You want a message that is not mixed? Let's just back off for a while.
A while is mixed.
Okay, let's just back off.
Fine, I'll leave.
Great.
Well, great. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, Dennis! See, now you're gonna push Janice too far. You can't hang her Captain Fuzzy Blue. This is her favorite.
Hey, Arvid, this is just a subtle way of getting her to back off.
Don't do it, Dennis.
Mr. Moore, all I'm trying to do is... How do you like that? He didn't stop, he didn't take me aside, no heart-to-heart talk, no nothing. What kind of attitude is that for a teacher?
Excuse me. Is one of you Dennis Blunden?
Him. Dennis! What is it?
A summons. You gotta go to small claims court, kid.
What for?
I don't know. Guess you stiffed somebody.
Hey, I didn't do anything!
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Where did we leave off yesterday?
Oh, we were going to discuss some of the issues that Ms. Minetti brought up.
Well, that was yesterday. Let's discuss something else today, okay? How about the Supreme Court?
You know, what's interesting to me is how justices often abandon their allegiance to the presidents who appointed them.
It's a good point.
Well, according to Ms. Minetti, sometimes...
Well, now, Ms. Minetti was very interesting, but if you want a stable, reliable opinion from somebody without, you know, emotional problems, I'd suggest going to Oliver Wendell Holmes.
She dumped him.
Look, you don't have the facts, and it's none of your business. And you're right, but it has no bearing on this history class.
Don't worry, Mr. Moore. There's plenty other fish in the sea.
Yeah, that's right. The important thing is to get out of the house and be with people.
Thank you. I really don't want to discuss it, okay?
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. You're always making us talk about our stuff. You want to go out in the hall?
Okay, if you really must know, I was uncomfortable dating Dr. Samuel's sister.
Oh, that's no reason to stop dating him, Mr. Moore. You remember what you told me when I said I didn't like Simone's parents?
What's wrong with my parents?
We'll talk about that later, Simone. Mr. Moore is having some emotional problems.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Ms. Minetti has the problems. All right, so I was late picking her up a couple of times. My lock stuck.
Now, that's been sticking for a while, hasn't it?
Yes.
Well, why don't you get it fixed?
Mr. Moore, you're repressing. You know, my therapist would say that being late is merely a subconscious expression of your reluctance to make a commitment.
On the other hand, he could just have a cheap lock. You've seen where he lives.
Thanks. That's enough. I'll be fine.
Of course you will, Mr. Moore. And look on the bright side. It's a lot easier to get into a movie theater on a Saturday night when all you need is one seat.
Take it from him.
Yeah. Thank you both. Thank you all.
Arvid, my court case against Janice is today. I need your help, buddy.
Hey, Dennis, whatever you want. We're best friends.
Listen, I want you to be my main character witness. Now, all you gotta do is tell the judge that you know that I would never do anything to intentionally harm or embarrass another human being. Hey, Juarlo, wanna be my friend?
No. But thanks.
Nettie, guess what? I've got my court date. Courtroom 12C, Judge Ronald P. Osgood, 4 o'clock today.
Oh, good for you.
I have my material evidence, several briefs establishing precedent, and I watched LA Law last night. All I need now is for you to act as my guardian ad litem.
Oh, why don't you ask Mr. Moore?
I can't. I've got him under subpoena. Will you do it?
4 o'clock today? I've got an arraignment after lunch. Sure.
Hot biscuits. Well, see you in court, counselor.
Hi. I'm just here because Harold got some of his paperwork mixed up with mine last night. Be pretty hard to defend a man on armed robbery charges with Larry Finbart's report card. What about you?
I work here.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
If it please the court, may I enter as Exhibit N the receipt of the aforementioned blouse? As you can see, the purchase price was 23,940 yen. How, you may well ask, could a simple laughter door become a lethal weapon?
So far, Janice has placed
Exhibit B
14
will
pieces of evidence before the judge. And Dennis has been rereading his index card a lot.
Oh, Mr. Moore. Oh, sorry.
Exhibit O, the official exchange rate of the yen on the date of purchase, $180.
I object.
Sorry.
You can't object. This is small claims court. The only person who can object here is me. And as for you, young lady, I object to the fact that you're taking up so much of the court's time.
Hi.
Very well, Your Honor. If I could beg the court's indulgence for a moment, I will establish prima facie evidence of the defendant's liability.
And stop using Latin.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Charlie, I want to apologize for the way I acted the other night.
It's okay, Gilda. I understand.
You do?
Actually, no. Why the hell did you act like that?
I've been burned before.
Well, you're not the only one who's been burned, you know?
I know, but when you showed up late, it brought back bad memories.
You will find all the evidence you'll need in here, Your Honor. See how scary that is, sir?
You do that again and I'll teach you some Latin. Is that it? Are you finished?
Well, I do have an eyewitness.
Couldn't have called him sooner?
Charlie, from our very first date, I felt like
Plaintiff
we were
calls
getting-
Charles Moore to the stand.
Do that. I do that. And there is no stand.
Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening. From our first date. I'll tell you, from the moment we met, I thought to myself, Look, I can't tell you what I thought to myself.
Mr. Moore.
Yes, but I knew even then that I was going to push things into the future.
Mr. Charles Moore.
What do you want?
What do I want? Get up here.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Don't
the whole
do that. I do that too. Mr. Moore, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now you go.
Mr. Moore, would you please describe to the court where you were on the morning of the 14th at approximately 8:44?
I was entering Fillmore High School.
The witness entered said building here while the alleged perpetrator was lurking by my locker here.
So what are you saying? You want to call it quits?
No, I never said that. I would like to make it work.
That's what my ex-husband said.
Well, your ex-husband was a liar. I am telling the truth.
I ask the questions first, then you tell the truth.
Very well.
Now then, did you see the defendant as you entered the building?
Yes, I did.
I told you what he did.
Yes, with the aerobics instructor.
Excuse me. You saw the defendant with an aerobics instructor?
No, Your Honor, with my ex-husband.
Her ex-husband.
Continue.
Well, does that mean you're never going to trust anybody again?
Not unless they're under oath.
That's it. What the hell is going on here?
Your Honor, I move for a mistrial on the grounds that this witness is incapable of giving coherent testimony.
You want to move something? Move your keister up here. Get up here. Did you put rubber snakes in her locker?
Your Honor, I'll always...
Answer the question under oath or under penalty of perjury.
Uh-huh.
Good. You pay her $180.
$100?
And you're going to make a good lawyer, but you're not a good lawyer yet. So you go to law school. And you two, you sit there, you try and work things out. Me, I'm going to take a coffee break. Court is in recess.
Congratulations, Janice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Sure. Well, why don't you tell me what you want?
I don't know. I just know I'm scared.
I'm scared, too. But I'm not going to let that come between us, whatever our relationship turns out to be. So, I don't know what else I can say. Sooner or later, it comes down to having a little faith.
You still under oath?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's as good as it gets.
Want to have some dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's one of the biggest slumlords of the city. I mean, you have no idea the conditions under which his tenants live.
Well, they're not my clients, Charlie. He is.
But I don't know why you take this case. I mean, I just don't understand you.
I knew they'd never last. I just knew it.
How dare you presume that my client is guilty? Where do you want to eat tonight?
Luigi's?
Ooh. How dare you presume he's guilty?
Counsel's copping out. Counsel's copping out.
I think they're lasting.